Well, hello everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Welcome back to another episode of House Flipper, where it's kind of just, becoming a diary for me, and I kind of like it. Talking about things that it's a very change in tempo, which compared to my other videos, I actually enjoy. So you kind of get a little bit of different kind of sides of me when you watch all different kinds of, all my different series. Anyways, slight changes in the schedule of uploading, just so you guys are aware. Should we be in here? No, we should be at our house, our house, working on it. Oh yeah, so slight changes to our scheduling goes. Nothing huge, so don't worry about that. Basically what I'm doing is I'm actually releasing videos now. I'm going to start releasing videos in a more earlier fashion. So before I was releasing, I don't even know if you guys even noticed, but if you guys did notice, I would release the House Flipper episodes every single day at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm just simply pushing back that hour. So instead of 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, it's going to be 12 p.m. So 3 hours early is all. So that's the major change there. I kind of like, again, I love the gray in this like kind of wood. So I might just continue with it, honestly. I think I even might, I don't know, should I do carpet? I might do carpet in the bedroom though. Carpet might need some bedroom, but like the living room, I'm not afraid. Let's do it. Yeah. Oh, that messed up. It's not like a hold and drag. You just click and then it does it for you. But yeah, so how you guys doing today? I'm doing pretty okay. I'm doing okay. I have softball later today, so that's exciting stuff. It's always good to go out and get a little bit of exercise, right? And socialize. It is, I would say, probably like I do softball two days a week, Mondays and Fridays. So let me actually sell these disgusting doors, by the way. So it's a chance for me to go out and get the exercise that sometimes you kind of not normally get it. You forget, if you life can get busy is what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, it's good to do that. It's good to get out of the house. And it's also great to have like a little bit of social time, and that's the best part of the softball. Like, yeah, the game's fun, but like the social aspect of it, and like hanging out with friends, people, being around others, it's just good. It's all around good. It's a good eat is what I'm trying to be at. Yeah, so that's what we're doing later on this evening. At least I am. Let's put a nice like door in this thing. So maybe like I always go with the dark colors. Maybe I spruce it up. Let's do like a brazel nut with a yeah, I think gold handle will go with the fixture there. So we'll do that as well. Okay, so the trickiest thing in this game, in my opinion, is like figuring out how to put in a door. Like, do you do it all the way in or do you not do it all the way in? I don't know, dude. So maybe like that, right? How's that look? Yeah, okay, so that looks okay. That's fine, I guess, for now. I'll fix it. Yeah, so okay. So now let's go ahead and let's put doors, internal doors, right? Yeah, doors internal. So can I do, oh wow, you can actually do it by size. Sliding window door, that's kind of cool. Double frame door, that's really neat. I would actually wouldn't mind putting a double wide like sliding door right here. Can I actually do that? Let me see. Oh baby, here we go. We're gonna be testing something out. Excuse me. Okay, I understand. Maybe not. Maybe I can't do the outside of the house, which makes sense, because the game would be like, "What are you doing? Don't break us." That's okay. That's okay. We'll dabble in that in the future. Maybe for right now, I just need an internal door. So what is this? A wardrobe door? Maybe not that, but yeah, just an internal door, not a front door. A blouse or bullseye door? I don't even know what that. A Christmas door, dude. That's a Home Alone, right? With like the curtain, the white door, the dog door, and like he puts his head and like through it, and filthy animal type shit, and then bam 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 pretending with the Tommy gun. Yeah, this is a front door still. No, I don't. Okay, let's just type it in. Internal doors. There we go. Okay, internal door, maybe not plural. Jeez, be so specific about it. What color though? What color? We only have 4 colors. We could do like the brown, which, you know what? Yeah, I think the brown's okay. This is gonna kind of match the front door in a way. Not to the fullest, but in a way. I don't think that's it's pretty damn close to a match, but not all there. Not all there. How about that? Nope, I hate it. I'm gonna have to switch that. That's okay. I'm gonna have to reposition that actually. And then right there. And then, oh yeah, the back door. I mean, is the back door considered an internal door? No. But am I gonna treat it like an internal door? Yeah. Yeah, I am. Yeah. How do I line this up perfectly? Yeah, probably right here. There we go. Any other doors? Probably the office door, right? I mean, honestly, the office door could just be open. Like, do you want a door for your office? I mean, I have one, but you know what? I actually kind of do want. Thinking about it, yeah, I do want a door because my door's shut right now as it is. All right, so let's go right there. All right, so let's reposition this one. Can I do that? Okay, that's fine. I guess we can't reposition it once it's put down. That's okay. Squeeze that in. And there. All right, so that's good. That's good. So this house might actually like turn into accidentally the businessman, because that there is going to be an office. He might really like that. So this actually might be up his alley, which is cool. It's really cool. Did we do the plastering in here? Yeah, we did do the plastering in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start painting this room gray as well. It might change. It might not. I'm not 100% sure quite yet. Did I get the 3 speed? I can't remember. This looks a little funky, doesn't that? Look at that. See that? That's weird. It's like a little graphical error there. That's unfortunate. No, I did not get the 3 speed, so I am still painting at a 2 speed, 2 wall speed here. That's okay. There we go. There we are. All right. Yeah, so how are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing this week? Do you guys have any big plans coming up? Labor Day, you know, not everybody celebrates Labor Day, of course, but Labor Day is coming up slightly. I mean, what is it? Labor Day? Is it May? Maybe May. Maybe not too slightly at all. But Mother's Day is coming up, and I feel like Mother's Day is a good time. You know, like, I love Mother's Day. I love going to see my mom and you know, visiting with her for the day, and maybe like having like a little bit of a dinner or something. Sometimes what we do for Mother's Day is we yeah, I'm looking for paint. Okay, great. Sometimes what we do for Mother's Day is we take, obviously, the mother, right? Hello, Mom. We take her out, and then we also take her mother out. So it's like a mother and mother type thing, and you know, and we have a good time. We have go to like a nice restaurant, and you know, and that'd be that. So you kind of like celebrate 2 Mother's Day, because if it wasn't for your grandmother, then it wouldn't be for your mother, and if it wasn't for your mother, then you already know it wouldn't be for you. So yeah, so it's a time to be thankful. Of course, not everybody has that. Unfortunately, I should say, people don't have that have the opportunity to do that. Whether or not maybe their mother has passed away, maybe their mother lives across the country, they live too far away, and maybe the best thing that they can do is what is it? Like maybe a phone call, and you know, sometimes the phone calls, they're good, but you know, they're not knocking any socks off, right? Or some situations, you know, your mother just passed away, or your mother isn't around, or you didn't grow up with a mom because your mom decided her priorities were elsewhere. And believe me, I've seen that firsthand. Not personally, like it happened to me, but I've had friends whose moms gave up on them like when they were like young kids, you know, like toddlers. Like they had a child, right? They brought a child into this world, and you know, unfortunately they said, I'm too young for this, and I gotta live my life, right? And I'm just gonna give this baby up and give it to the grandparents, right? Her mom and her parents and stuff like that. And you know, it's very unfortunate for that. One, you know, it's like, why would you do that to the grandparents? You know, it's like, well, now the grandparents have to start all over. You know, they were hoping maybe one day they would retire, but now they have to raise this child who's going to take about maybe 20 years of their life, right? Just to raise, all because someone wasn't responsible enough, right? It's very unfortunate, of course, and I have friends that are like that, and that were in those situations, and I grew up with them because, you know, as a kid, I was like, hey, let's go over to your house, and they're like, okay, I live with my grandparents, and I was like, why? Why do you do that? Why do you live there? Like, he had a choice, you know, and you know, as a kid, and that's the beauty, I should say. That's the beauty of like being an innocent child. It's like the color and no color, you don't have standards as a kid, right? And it might be bad to say, oh, you don't have standards. Well, as a kid, you don't. I mean, honestly, if you ate food off of the ground, you ate food off the ground. If you had a runny nose, you would wipe it on your shirt or on your arm. And when you interacted with other children, you would interact with them, even if they were stranger children, like children that you just met, you would interact with them like they were your neighbor or they were your best friend in the whole wide world. Regardless if it was the 5th time you've seen them or maybe the first 5 minutes you've seen them, you would treat them the way that you would want to be treated. And as we grow older, my God, has that changed? We've lost that. We've lost that innocence, you know, and some people put the poison in your head and it's like, you shouldn't be a square. You shouldn't act like that. You should be like this. That's terrible. That's terrible. Anyways, as I was saying, you know, I would say to my friend, well, why do you live with your grandparents? And as a young kid, he would say, well, I don't know. My mom's not around anymore. And I never could understand that, right? Like, I can never, and you know, it's look, not, I don't want to say selfish, but it was like, what was I saying? Like, I couldn't comprehend it, I guess, is what has happened. Like, I would just say, oh, that sucks. And then move on with, like, playing toy soldiers or something. But, like, to actually, like, think about that, like, his mom wasn't there for his childhood, wasn't there for his 5th birthday, wasn't there for his 2nd birthday, wasn't there for his kindergarten graduation, wasn't there for his elementary school graduation, wasn't there for middle school graduation, and it's just terrible. And it's like, why, you know, why would you want to put your child through that? And admittedly, you know, like I said, the mother was young, and you know, had a lot of boyfriends, had a lot of boyfriends, and you know, maybe partied a little bit hard, and maybe, you know, liked drugs a little bit more than the next person, and it is what it is. But it's very unfortunate for my friend, and you know, as we grow older, and now that we've become adults, it's almost like I'm seeing the same pattern with him now, and it's very, very unfortunate. He had kids at a very young age as well. And unfortunately, he doesn't get to see his kids, legal issues and whatnot. And you know, I'm not gonna harp on him because he is a childhood friend of mine. I don't talk to him much anymore, unfortunately. But you know, he has his own life. He's got his own things going on. Let's actually move this stuff. But you know, it just sucks, is what I'm trying to say. I really love this gray and wood type thing. I really do love it. It sucks because, like, when we were kids, like, this part probably hurt the most. And, like, I honestly, I never, like, asked him about it, but, like, I would just assume, like, he would be hanging out at his grandparents' house, right? We would be hanging out there, and, you know, his mom would, like, come around, but when she came around, she brought, like, her other children that she had with other guys and stuff, and, you know, would like maybe drop off money for the grandparents and be like, all right, I'll see you another time, and like maybe just give him a hug before she left, and that was it. And then she left with all these other kids. Like, how do you think he felt like seeing his mom like I don't know, dude. Like, it would feel like she was choosing other children over him, and he was the first one, you know. It's very sad. Anyways, that, you know, we're talking about Mother's Day. I know Mother's Day is a little, it's a little bit farther away, but there's no problem about talking about it. And some people are very fortunate to have their mothers in their lives, and some people don't have moms in their lives, whether it be of illness, death, or just simply just they're not around, they don't want to be around. And yeah, and the same goes for the dads, of course. Dads are the same way. They can be there for their children, or they it's the same thing. You can't just blame it all on one gender, of course. But yeah, anyways, we go out and we go out to dinner, and we have some time, maybe spend a couple hours for Mother's Day, and it's good. I have to say, like, I'm pretty blessed when it comes to my mom. I mean, I think I would say my relationship with my mother is better than it is now than it was then. I would have to say that for sure. What I mean by that is, like, growing up as a kid, it was very, very tough. My family, and then, this kind of goes back to what we talked about yesterday in the last episode. It kind of goes back to, like, the whole drinking type thing, and like what you believe in, and what and whatnot. And so for me, in high school and middle school and stuff like that, I obviously I didn't believe in that stuff. I didn't believe that you should be drinking at this age and all that. And there is a reason behind it, because my family, they one side of my family, of course, not all of it, one side of my family, they're addicted. They're addicted to alcoholism, and you can watch someone's life just deteriorate over time, and drinking can definitely, if you're an alcoholic, you can definitely ruin your life and ruin others people's lives, and you don't even know that you're doing it, right? Until the big show happens, right? So as a child, I kind of grew up in the sense that, I did grow up in the sense that my mother was drinking pretty heavily with her husband. And I say her husband because her husband would be my stepfather. I see my parents, my real dad and real mom. Yeah, I see them all the time. Except I grew up in a way where it was like they got together young, got married, and then they divorced. Like when I was 1 year old, right? Something that I couldn't remember anyway. So I've never grew up knowing what it would be like to have my real mom and real dad together. And it's not like a big deal or anything. It's just one of those things, they just didn't work out. But they really co-parent in a way, in a very, very good way. They did. They co-parented better than most, I would say, for sure. So that was at least a blessing in disguise. So anyways, yeah, so they would, my mom and stepdad, they would drink all the time, and it kind of actually affected me as a teen, or as a teenager growing up, because like I would actually need legitimate help on assignments, on schoolwork, or on homework and everything like that, and I couldn't ask for help. Is basically what I'm trying to say. Is like I couldn't ask for that help, because your parents would be, yeah, they would be blasted, and they would be gone, and you would be stuck in your room by yourself and just lonely, and trying to figure out how to solve some problems. And that's basically how I went through my days and my evenings almost every night through middle school and high school. And it got to the point where I just kind of just snapped, right? I think I like this one. Let's see how this looks. Like a little bit of blue tint to that, right? I kind of like that. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, so it really affected how I grew up, and how I started to like. It happened a lot in middle school, of course, right? But then in high school, started to really work, or really start hurting, and that's, you build resentment towards your parents for that, and you're like, this is some bullshit, right? I shouldn't be handling this. I shouldn't be going through shit like this. I should have someone here for me, at least. I should have help. I'm freaking out, and like I didn't have anybody to like just go to and do that. So it kind of made me had to figure out stuff on my own, and kind of learn how to do things by myself. And that's good. I mean, it is good in the end for me in a way, because it puts me in a position where, what kind of wallpaper do I want? Kind of like this. This is kind of cool. Let's take a look at this. Maybe like a dark, light gray, maybe? Let's see. Does that go well with the tile? Probably not. Yeah, so it put me in difficult situations where it's like, what do I do? You know, and it sucked. It really did suck. But there was an event that happened in high school when it came to my mom, and well, let's just say, after all these years of abusing alcohol, well, unfortunately, things finally caught up to her, right? Things caught up to her in a very negative way. And she had issues before with her health and stuff like that. But nothing like to this craziness, right? Nothing to something so crazy. I like this though. And so what happened? Oh, I forgot we could do 5. Oh, baby. We could do wall tiles too, but I don't know. I like the wallpaper, I think, probably, right? Let's see. How does that look? I like that. I think I like that. Yeah, I do like that. That's actually really cool. Yeah, so, what was I saying? Yeah, so after all the years of her, you know, doing what she wanted to do, stuff finally caught up to her in the sense of like, wow, that was very quick. We should probably buy many of those. Is that in high school? I think it was senior. Yeah, it was like my senior year, right? And we were just having a normal family dinner, right? Sitting at the table eating, and I'll never forget what we were eating. We were eating meatloaf. We were eating meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and my mom was sitting there, and she looked over at me like she would always do, right? And she had this weird face on her like weird look on her face that I've never seen before, right? And you know, we're all sitting there and we're looking at her. We're like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And she said no. She said she wasn't okay, and she like collapsed right there at the dinner table, right? And it was a weird time because this was I think it was like the beginning of December, right? This happened in when did this happen? I think it happened in 2014. How old am I? I think it happened in 2014. I'm pretty sure it happened in 2014. And she collapses, and we're like, oh my God. And this happened in the beginning of December of 2014. So a very weird, strange event was happening in our town at the same time. And you might be wondering, what would that be? It was like the worst like cold front that we've ever had. And in my town isn't notorious for it to snow. And if it does snow, it's like very spotty snow. It doesn't stick. However, this one day, this one season, it decided to be the worst snow we've had in probably 30 years at this time. And that's what kind of makes it like memorable, is like it was snowing that night. There was snow in our driveway. You couldn't drive anywhere, right, without chains. And where I'm from, people are like freaking out, swerving all over the road because we're like, dude, chains? What the hell are those, right? and she just collapses. And well, we call 911, of course, right? That's, you know, that's what you do in a situation like that. And well, you know, it's freaking snowing, and the ambulance isn't going to be coming very quickly now, are they? No. They are not. So after about 45 minutes later, we have an ambulance pull up in our driveway, and they had chains on their tires and everything, and we're sitting there and we're like, you know, I don't know what to do. Honestly, what I did, and I'll be real with you, she collapsed, Stepdad moved her into the bedroom, and I did what I naturally thought was the thing I've been doing all up until that point. And I just went and hid in my room and just stayed alone in my room and just hoped that, and it kind of goes back to like, I kind of like these mats having on the ground in the bathroom. Kind of goes back to how I dealt with, you know, being that feeling alone, right? Where it's like, I can't get my homework done. I'm just going to go and just, I kind of really like this. I'm just going to go in, I'm going to go hide in my bedroom, you know, and just be alone and hope things go away, right? And that's how I felt. I was like, wow, this bad thing just happened to my mom, but my reaction is to go hide and hope that these things will go away. And I don't know why I did that, thinking about it. Like, I'm like, why would I do such a thing, right? I don't know. Very, very strange situation, of course, right? Let's actually put this at the front door. Very strange situation, and I've never been in a situation like that before, so it was very weird. So I told, I hid, and then 45 minutes later, the ambulance comes, and the paramedics bust into the house. They grab her, and I stuck my head out my window briefly, very briefly, just to see her, because I didn't know if that was going to be the last time I would ever see her, and all I saw was her on a stretcher, and it was like, I don't know. I didn't cry. I don't know why. Thinking about it, and maybe I should have, right? And so, that went on. That was at the beginning of December, right? And this is actually kind of cool. It was at the beginning of December, and she went to the hospital and everything, and found out that she had a lot of things going on with her, because her health hadn't always been the best all the time. And she had what was it called? Pancreatitis. Her pancreas basically was it was in deep danger, and that's life-threatening stuff right there, right? And she stayed in the hospital for about like 23 days, right? She stayed in the hospital for 23 days, and in this time, in the beginning of December, I was at the age of 17, I believe, and I just thought that, I was praying and hoping that she was okay, and it turned out that she was gonna be okay, maybe. And I saw something, I saw like my stepdad, and he stepped up so much and took care of everybody, took care of everything. And at the time, my mom was running a retail store at the same time. So then my stepdad had to start running the retail store, had to start taking care of the kids, the food and all that. And for a brief 30 days, both of those parents were sober. And I've never had ever seen people so freaking productive in my entire life. It was a freaking miracle, right? But I think I'm gonna come back to this. I'm gonna come back to the bathroom. Yeah, it was a very moving part of my life, and it changed a lot of things in how I thought about life also. And it kind of goes back to what I was talking about when it was like giving people chances and people making mistakes, and then people realizing, hey, stuff happens, and big mistakes happen. And when you see big mistakes, this is actually the stuff I was looking for. When big mistakes happen, things can change how people do things for the rest of their life. This being, that. I don't like the color of that. Let's do that. Okay, good. So for the 30 days or 20 some days, both of those parents were sober, and they were the most productive. However, I have a birthday in December, and I would say I'm a Christmas baby. My birthday is 3 days before Christmas, and so my mother came out of the hospital on December 21st, and my birthday is on December 22nd, right? And like I said, I was 17, so I was turning 18, and can I put that on there? I can't put that on there. Really? That's kind of the reason why I bought that, but that's okay. I was turning 18, and honestly, like 18, I thought 18 was like a very huge milestone, right? And I still think it is a huge milestone regardless. And it's a very like selfless, oh my god, that looks ridiculous for this place. It's a very selfless moment, I would say, for me. And it's like, she came home December 21st night, and well, let's go to bed. And well, she was on medication because she was still recovering, right? And I woke up my birthday, the next morning, my birthday day, and I was so excited and so happy that I finally had hit this milestone of being 18. And she, I went to her, be like, Mom, I'm 18, this is like the greatest day of my life, right? And she, because of the medication and because of the mistakes leading up all to this point to where she just finally collapsed, she didn't even like know that it was my birthday. She didn't even know who I was. And looking back on it, I think that like that hurt me a lot. And I was like, damn, all this moment for what? For nothing? But it taught me the world doesn't revolve around me, right? It doesn't matter if you just turn 18. The world doesn't revolve around me. And I shouldn't take it out on her because of the mistakes she made leading up to that point. I think the best thing that I can do is be there for her, of course, right? And of course I was. Don't forget that. But after all that, she became like a few weeks later, she became, the doctor said she could stop taking the medicines and all that. She started to come around, right? And oh baby, did she come around. Her entire life turned upside down. She changed as a human being. I tell you what, guys, she changed as a human being, and she gave me a chance. She gave me a chance. She gave me a shot that I was always looking at as an adult, And I'm not saying this happened right away, but she saw me progress as a person through my life as, going from 18 to 20 years old, and she gave me the chance to take over her quote unquote baby, right? Her baby, and that being a retail store. And I took it over and I ran it. And I ran it for 5 years. And we were good. Me and her were best friends. Probably the best relationship I ever had with my mother was when I was an adult and after that situation. So it was a very moving part of my life. And I was very, very, I don't know. I can't say that I was very grateful that it happened, but it just goes back to like yesterday. It just goes back to like people need another chance, right? People need a chance, and people need a chance sometimes. And I think that was one of those moments in my life where I think that's exactly what happened. Anyways, enough of that story. I didn't mean to bore you too much, but let's think about what we're gonna be doing here in this bedroom, because this is a big bedroom that we could do some stuff in. Maybe like I would like to do like a dresser. If we actually might have the room. What about this? What is this? This isn't like some super secret, like crazy. Oh, that's actually really cool. That's very modern. So there we go. Let's do that. And then, you know what? First things first, did I line it up correctly? I did line it up correctly. Now, what do you do in a bedroom? You put a TV in the bedroom. Of course. You don't put a you don't put a dresser, you put a TV, duh. All right, so let's do a TV. Where's a nice TV? Can I get a TV? Yeah, TVs and speakers. All right. Not a wall mounted one. Like one I would have in my bedroom, like this. Like right now I have kind of like happening in my bedroom now. Like one on a stand, right? Center it. Very good. And then turn it on because the tenants. No. Yeah. So far this is turning into a family house. Dude, I'm only have one bedroom, so y'all gonna have to sleep in this one bed. Just know that. And then what we can do is we can add decorations. We can add like a nice, it's not too bad. What if we did like a large painting of whatever this is? That seems pretty cool. No, I think it seems pretty cool. And then what else? What else? Let's do decorations and maybe another photo of like sleeping cats. Absolutely. Where do I put it? Oh, this is big. That's way too big, actually. How about a small one of sleeping cats? That's still kind of big. Yeah, like sleeping cats right there. There you go. You can always, you know, you can pretend that you're going to be sleeping soon. Let's actually center that a little bit. There we go. Nice. The open blinds in this room, I'll be honest, is a little bit too much for me. I might have overdone it on that, but that's okay. Anything else that we could throw into a bedroom? I mean, I guess a poof. Oh, this is a poof, I guess. Is that the thing that goes at the end of your bed? Yeah, it is. I think this might just make it too cluttered. Yeah, that makes it a little too cluttered. Honestly, I don't think we could put really much of anything else in this bedroom. I think this bedroom is okay for now. And then the office and the living room / kitchen. But right now, I mean, the kitchen or the bathroom looks pretty okay. I mean, the wallpaper is a little bit mesmerizing, but I personally like it. I kind of like the painting as well. And then let's see in the bedroom here. The bedroom is looking pretty snazzy. It looks very, very cozy, as you can see. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good start to this house so far. But that's gonna do it in today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you guys did, please make sure to hit that like. And if you want to talk some sense into me, hit the comment section. All right, I'll see you in the next one. Do take care.
If you ever feel the same, it doesn't matter the time or place, just sing.